Welcome to your friendly neighborhood classic blend 67.
67.
So, listen to what we're saying. Movies,
TV,
cartoons,
and video games.
Okay, we're taking them. We're going to talk about some stuff. He gets one randomly assigned to him of each category. I get one randomly assigned to me. We're going to talk about them, tell you a little bit of history, tell you a little bit of trivia, and then we're going to mush them together, and we're going to make a new thing. 80s shared universe. That's the whole entire thing. We're making new movies, new sequels.
That's our bag, baby. It's what we do here. We make the impossible possible.
All of it.
That's good.
Ooh.
I like that.
I like that.
We make the 80s impossible.
Yes. And who, come on, you don't need a DeLorean or a phone
Mission
booth.
Impossible?
You don't need a DeLorean or a phone booth to go back in time.
No, hell no.
We live in the 80s, and we're broadcasting
It's here,
this straight
it's there,
from there
it's here,
to you.
It's there.
Anyway, in honor of 4th of July, your favorite color, Chris, red, white, or blue?
Red. Out of those three, red.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I can get behind that. All right, favorite Independence Day character?
Randy Quaid.
No, he's the worst thing about that movie. That crop dusted.
What did you want me to say? Will Smith?
Crop dusted
Fine,
piece of
Vivica
garbage.
A. Fox.
You always go with the Goldblum. Always. You never not go Goldblum.
I was saving him for you.
You were saving him for me?
I was saving
All
him
right,
for you.
so real thing. If you were a Dinobot, which Dinobot would you be?
I would like to say Grimlock, but can I be honest with you? I'm gonna be honest with you. They were all really annoying.
They were annoying, but one could fly and one was awesome.
Yeah.
Swoop.
No, they could all fly. They all flew.
I mean,
in his dinosaur form,
yeah,
sure,
whatever. Swoop. The answer's always Swoop, Red, and Jeff Goldblum.
but Red. You like
Not
that?
in that particular order.
Or maybe.
Stay tuned. Movie Squat's coming right up.
Don't move. Here we are in Movie Squat for Classic Blend 67, Kenny.
All day.
Feels good. It's the beginning of the show.
All decade, Chris.
All decade.
All decade.
All day,
80 to
all
89.
decade. 80
to 89.
80, 89. A little bit of 79 in there.
A little bit of 91. Let's skip a 90. I'm skipping 90.
Movie Squat, where we're taking two movies randomly chosen for each of us. We don't know what each other has. We're going to reveal them. We're going to talk about them. And then we're going to make something brand new. Kenny, I have to say, I haven't noticed. Where's your paraphernalia to show me where your stuff is?
Gotcha. It's cool times.
You're just gonna.
So
you're gonna say it, and it's gonna come out of your mouth, and it's gonna form.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
It's gonna form in the screen. So what do you want to do about it?
That's all right. Well, we're gonna wing it, and then we'll fix this. It's okay. It's okay because visualize. That's all you need to do.
Sure.
All right. So I have a movie, and I'm gonna tell you what it is right now. I'm gonna show it to you. You ready for it?
Prom night.
I'm gonna tell you. Well, hey,
why don't you look and see what I have?
He has the Lost Boys.
That's right. I've got the Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys. Gotcha. The Kiefer Sutherland classic.
You got it. Or Jason Patrick classic, or Jamie Gertz classic, or the Haim Brothers classic.
I think it's the Coreys. They weren't brothers. Usually, you're not
they
brothers with somebody with the first name as you.
They were brothers.
Really?
Oh yeah, really? Because
like,
remember
Chris, have you met my brother Chris?
Remember you said that the last episode of the previous episode, you're like, Chris. Oh, his name's Chris too. You guys are related.
Oh, it's kind of funny.
Doesn't remember his own jokes.
I don't even remember my own jokes.
All right, my man. Why don't
1980,
you tell me
directed by
Prom
Paul
Night?
Lynch, starring. Take two guesses on who stars in the movie. I have two people written down here.
Molly Ringwald,
Nope.
Andrew McCarthy,
Nope.
Robert Downey Jr.
Nope. Leslie Nielsen and Jamie Lee Curtis. You didn't know they starred in an 80s horror movie filmed in 1979.
Wait, there's the horror movie. Oh, the
Canada.
horror movie Prom Night. Oh, okay.
Horror movie
All
Prom Night.
right.
What are you thinking of?
I don't know, man. What do you want from me?
I don't know. Anyway, Leslie Nielsen stars as Mr. Hammond, and Jamie Lee Curtis stars as his daughter, Kim.
Mrs. Hammond.
Mrs. Hammond and
Miss
Kim.
Hammond.
She was young at one point. She was young.
Oh, yeah, true.
Listen, Chris.
I'm listening.
Before I get into this, you are knee-deep right now in Canada's highest-grossing horror film of 1980. You're welcome. You're welcome.
I don't know
If
what
you
to
were
say about
wondering
that.
what it was, Canada owns 1980. This
Great.
movie owned
All
Canada.
right, I'm glad. I'm glad for Canada.
Horror
I'm
category.
glad for. So tell me about the movie now.
All right.
Comedy?
Jude, Kelly, Wendy, and Nick are playing like hide and seek in an old convent.
And they're 26 years old.
Yeah, well, no, they were 11 years old.
Oh.
And there was a girl named Robin who wanted to play, and they were like, no, you're not playing. And they were like, we're going to kill you. Kill. And she backs out of a window and falls and dies.
Great.
They make a pact saying, we're never going to tell anybody about this.
The old, yeah.
It was an accident. That's all there is to it. Prom night comes for her older sister, Robin's older sister, Kim, played by Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh.
Okay, she's about to be crowned with a boyfriend, all that stuff. Somebody's going around killing people, knocking these people off. They're knocking off, Kelly and going after Nick. Nick is actually Kim's boyfriend. So Nick was involved in this. Kim wasn't involved in this. So killer comes up at the end of the movie. It was 6 years earlier that this happened. So 6 years later, she's about to be crowned. The killer comes after, her and Nick, doesn't do anything to her, only does something to Nick.
Wait, I'm confused. Was Jamie Lee Curtis one of the four?
No, I said she wasn't involved.
She was the sister of the
girl who was killed.
And so
she was not involved.
So
Nick was involved.
So
her boyfriend.
7 years later,
6
years later, when they're all graduating, now they start dying off.
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody's killing them.
All right.
Her life is spared. Wonders why. She takes it. He's got an axe. She whacks him in the head with the axe. Realizing who it is.
What time was Halloween?
What
time?
Oh my gosh. This is why I want to talk to the camera so I don't get interrupted in my story.
I'm going to interrupt you anyway.
So he gets whacked into the head with his axe. She whacks him in the head with the axe. Turns out it's her younger brother, Robin's twin brother, who was whacking everybody off. He saw what happened.
Dang.
And he's trying to kill everybody. And she's like, oh my gosh. So now, not only is her sister dead, her brother's dead, and she's a mess. She's
and where was Leslie Nielsen in all this? What was he?
He was just the dad. He was the dad.
Mr. Mom.
He was just in the movie. He didn't really have a part in it or anything. He wasn't a killer.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I'm going to tell you a little tidbit. 3 sequels, and there was a remake in 2008. You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay.
So here's another thing. Did you know that Jamie Lee Curtis is Jake Gyllenhaal's godmother?
Mm-hmm. I don't know how I knew that, but I knew that. Yeah.
I thought I was dropping knowledge on this guy.
No, I must have seen an interview, but yeah.
Tell me about
Lost Boys, 1987, directed by Joel Schumacher. That's right, everybody. You heard that correctly. Joel Schumacher of the Batman fame. The Batmans. Remember those good Batmans movies?
Oh, the Batman color.
Not the Tim Burton ones.
Now that's where those were the 1990s, and they had vivid 80s colors in them.
Good point.
Right? So not only did you have the 70s colors bleed over into the 80s, you also had the 80s colors bleed over into the 90s.
That's true. All right, so let me tell you about this movie. Yes, Jason Patric, Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, Jamie Gertz, Kiefer Sutherland, Diane Wiest, Alex Winter.
Who?
Diane Wiest. You know who Diane Wiest is? The mom from
Wiest?
The Lost Boys. Yeah, her name is Wiest.
How do you spell that?
It's Wiest. Could be Weist.
Probably Wiest.
Probably Wiest. The movie. 2 brothers moved to California and end up having to fight a gang of
Were the
vampires.
brothers Corey Haim and Corey Feldman?
No, it was Jason Patric and Corey Haim. Their grandpa is also, when they move in with their grandpa.
Like Grandpa Munster?
Nope. You're interrupting me a hell of a lot.
You see that?
Now.
Isn't it? It's annoying.
I ask you legit questions and you're just saying dumb things. They're funny though. It's whatever. But he is annoying me. Grandpa
Munster
seems oblivious, and at the end of the movie has that quote. What's that quote? He goes,
he was a little neurotic.
Well, he was weird. Remember, he stuffed all the animals and everything.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm talking about Grandpa Munster.
Oh no, he was. Yeah. One thing about living in Santa Carla. One thing about living in Santa Carla is
this
never
California?
could stomach. Yes. Could stomach all.
Is there a Santa everything in California?
Yeah,
There's
is.
a Santa Chris. There's a Santa Ken.
Yeah, probably.
There's a Santa Claus. There's a town called Santa Claus in California.
Guys,
I
it's going to be
guarantee
a long episode. So, anyway, one thing about living in Santa Carla, I never could stomach all the damn vampires. He comes in and he saves the day at the end.
That's what he says?
Yeah. I want to give you some tidbits about this. The reference to the Lost Boys, yes, it is referencing Peter Pan. In that these vampires, the Lost Boys never grew up. Yeah. That's what they're saying. It's like these they never grew. They're teenagers that never grew up.
Very, very interesting.
I did want to tell you one thing about this, which I
want to hear about it. Litigation news coming in 3, 2, 1.
No, not the film was actually set to be directed by Richard Donner.
Oh, Superman.
Did you know that? Yeah.
Superman
and it was envisioned. It was
Goonies?
Yeah. Well, it was funny you mentioned that because after this was modeled, they wanted to model the movie after the recent hit, The Goonies. Oh. And so this was supposed to be like vampire children, like 13 or 14 years old.
That's why they got Corey Feldman in the movie.
Right.
Same thing with Stand By Me. They wanted to model it after The Goonies. Get Corey Feldman.
The Frog Brothers, right? Corey Feldman and the other guy, they were supposed to be chubby 8-year-old Boy Scouts in that Goonies type Lost Boys film.
See that?
But then he, when Joel Schumacher showed up, he was like, no, we're going to make this a sexier, more adult version, which I think was a lot better than making them like kids. It would have been Twilight before Twilight.
Yeah, well.
Oh, that would have been so bad.
What was this rated?
Oh, God, I don't know. 13, I guess? Probably 13. Did you like this movie?
I remember liking it
Does
when
it
I was
tell
a
you
kid.
when it was rated, honestly?
Yeah, it should tell you right in there.
Right here. No. Doesn't tell you. Thanks, Wikipedia. You suck.
Doesn't even have a thing in there.
Did you like this movie?
Yeah.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Did you really like it, or you kind of liked it?
No, but it was one of those movies that you watched in the 80s, you know?
I love this
like
movie.
Tucker, A Man in His
love
Dreams.
this movie.
And
Oh, my God.
what was it? What was the movie with Christian Slater? Like Cuffs?
Cuffs. Yeah.
Cuffs.
Cuffs.
It's all those movies.
Yeah.
Pump Up the Volume?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Wizard.
Well, yeah.
Little
Wizard was at the
Monsters.
tail end.
It's
But these were
still.
80s staples. But that's
Yeah.
the thing is
It's
you
87.
watched all of these.
Listen, I love this movie. This is one of my favorite 80s movies. I thought it was a great movie. It's a fun movie. It's got
That's the
great
thing.
sounds.
It
and
is the 80s. That's the thing is it encompasses the 80s.
Do you want to know? I mean, there's some pretty interesting stuff
Mm-hmm.
I like about. So Jason Patrick was the one who told Schumacher to get Jamie Gertz on board, and he still wasn't going to do it because they were just in. Name it. Jason Patrick, Jamie Gertz. Has to do with something in space, maybe.
Space Camp?
No, the other space one. Starts with an S.
Space.
3, 2, 1.
Stop.
I'm gonna say it.
Don't say it.
All right, come on, quick.
It starts with an S what?
Ends in E's.
Ends in E's?
IES. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you anyway.
Does it start with the word space?
Yeah, no,
Star?
it's close.
Starman.
Not a star. What's
Solar Babies.
Yes.
Oh,
got it?
gosh.
Took a long time, but he
It
got
wasn't
there.
really space.
So
though.
he
It
had
was-
just worked with. He had just worked.
Solar Babies. Lacrosse? Not
Jason-
a fan. But Solar Babies was
Lucas
awesome.
Haas was in it. Remember, as
Solar
her
Babies.
little brother.
Name-
Jason Patrick got Jamie Gertz in this movie.
Name a
Lost
better
Boys.
80s double feature than Solar Babies and Robot Jocks.
Yeah, you're not
You're not gonna find
saying
for my money. It doesn't get any better than that. That's worth the payment for HBO.
So
That's worth the monthly payment.
so they
I guarantee. When was the last time you think they played those?
I don't
When was
know.
the last? I
don't
would
think-
love
don't
to
think
find
they
an
play them
aggregator.
anymore. I don't think they play them anymore.
I would love to
That's
find
the
an
problem.
aggregator that would tell me when the last time Solar Babies was played on
Yeah.
television.
That's the internet. Get back to us.
Because eventually
At us, internet.
it's going to get forgotten.
By who? Certainly not us. The ones who still. Come on.
The 100-year anniversary of Solar Babies. You won't see it.
Get,
You'll be dead.
I'm not talking to you about that. Kiefer Sutherland got
You'll be dead.
casted because he just did Stand By Me, and he was seen in a portrayal of Tim in At Close Range.
You see this?
He was a good character actor, so
Gotcha.
he wanted him in there.
All right, so let's get this character actor into the Prom Night universe. What do you say about that?
So what year?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what year. They're killers. They're vampires.
Didn't they all die at the end?
Not all of them. Jamie Lee Curtis is alive.
She's alive, but didn't all the rest of them die?
She's
Alice
a little.
Winter,
She's a
Kiefer
little.
Sutherland.
Okay, her two siblings died. One 6 years ago and one now. She's a little messed up.
Jamie Lee Curtis,
The Jamies
the Jamies,
and the Coreys.
and the Coreys.
See? So that's what we're gonna do. Is we're gonna take
Oh.
Jamie Lee Curtis. She's a little messed up.
Okay.
She's gonna play against type because
Does she
usually
move to Santa Carla?
we're gonna play against type because usually she is the survivor. Halloween, Prom Night. She's the survivor. She's
Right.
not anymore. Now she's going nuts.
She's gonna be the killer.
Yeah. So
She's gonna be the vampire.
No, she's going to try to take out the vampires, but she can't because they're vampires. So she's going to try to knock them off, but fails miserably.
So there's another group of vampires because there was all he says.
Yeah.
So we
There's
just
still
happen
a
to see
group.
one group.
Yeah. And there was also a
There's
sequel to
other
this, like
groups.
a few years ago.
Okay, so there were a lot of vampires. So that was just the one.
That's the thing. There were other groups of vampires.
Right. So
yes.
we got another group.
Yeah.
Are
So maybe let's
the
bring
Frog
one of them
Brothers back?
Let's bring them back.
All right. Not Jason Patrick and his brother Corey Haim.
No, it's going to be there are a couple
new
of the
family,
other
a new
guys.
family, her
yeah,
family. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
So a couple of them are back, or ones that knew them were friends or whatever like that. Like the thing is, Chris, you have a party.
Yeah.
Are all of your friends there? A couple of people can't make it.
Oh, yeah.
So a couple of people can't make the Lost Boys movie, but they can make the new one,
Right.
the Prom Boys.
Prom Boys.
You
Prom
know what I mean?
Boys.
You know what I mean? Like
Well, the Frog Brothers are in it.
Lost Prom. So that's what's gonna happen.
Nah.
She's gonna try to knock them off. Finds out they're vampires.
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
think
yeah.
she's sneaky. She's dressing up and trying to pin this on somebody or whatever,
Okay, yeah.
and gets involved with these vampires.
How old is she now? This is after high school now.
Yeah, this is after high school, so she's like 25. She's a little messed up.
Oh,
yeah,
older.
She's gonna be older Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay.
Yes.
cool. I can hear it. I can hear
So
it.
we're cool with that then. You like that?
Yeah, what do you want to call it?
Let's see. We have
Solar
some
Babies.
words. Yeah, Solar Babies.
Solar Babies 2. Lost Boys and Prom Night.
How about like The Lost Girl?
The Lost.
I mean, she was about to be crowned prom queen.
Can we do Lost Girls?
Do we say the Lost Girls, the
Lost Girls.
the Lost Prom Girls, the Lost Prom?
The Lost Girls, Prom Night 2.
There was already
because they were
Prom
gonna.
Night, Hello Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. Did you ever see that one?
No.
Unrelated to the first, but
No.
that was equally
The Lost Boys.
crazy.
How about
movie.
we name this The Lost Boys Prom Night?
It's just taking the titles.
I know.
The Lost Boys go to prom.
Okay, so then do you want to? All right, do you want a completely new title then? Give me a brand new title.
I like
Not
the Lost.
combining
I
them.
like the Lost Girl. I mean, I think that's good because she's lost.
I'm
now.
gonna.
And
Okay,
she becomes a vampire
That's
at the
fine.
end.
That's
She
fine.
becomes a vampire at the end.
That's fine. But what I'm saying is, we really should try and come up with original titles, not mixing of the two.
But there's no girl in any of the titles.
You're right. All right. No, this one's fine, but we do a lot of that.
We do a lot of it sometimes. I mean, it's. I think it's a healthy mixture of combined titles and not combined titles. You want to call it The Lost Girl?
The Lost Girl's fine. Yeah.
All right, The Lost Girl.
fine. Very well done, Kenny and me. I guess
We're good.
So that's Movie Squat. Coming up next, don't move, because if you do, well, then you can just come back. It's fine. This is internet. You can just turn it off and come back to it. We're going into Tube Squat.
Yeah.
TV's next.
The Girl with the Lost Fang. I like that one. Enrique.
Oh.
It's a good one. Welcome to the Tube Squat of Classic Blend 67. This is Ken, and over here, over my right shoulder, is Pierre. Today we will be discussing television shows from the 1980s.
What is happening right now?
I will get one show generated for me.
No.
Pierre will get one generated for him. We will talk about them. We will discuss them, tell you some trivia. Then we will smush them together and make something brand new. 80s shared universe coming your way. It's not gonna stop. It's going right now. Welcome to it. No time machine necessary. Chris, tell me what you have.
Pierre.
Chris, I'm snapped out of it. I snapped out of it. I
thank-
call you Pierre when I'm in it.
Thank goodness.
When I'm in the weird zone.
What do I have? Look what I have.
He has the Arsenio Hall show.
Damn right I got Arsenio Hall. Dog Pound. Y'all, what do you have? NYPD Blue.
A little bit of it.
How boring.
How boring. Listen.
No, you listen.
There are more guest stars on NYPD Blue than there have ever been on Arsenio Hall.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
Well,
although
I don't
Jason
know.
Voorhees was on Arsenio
Jason
Hall.
Voorhees. Really? I think you're wrong. You want to know why?
Why?
The years were 89 to 94. 6 seasons. Guess how many shows? I want you to...
They're probably like 1,000 at least.
Oh, at least
I'm gonna
1,000?
listen. This is like The Price is Right. I don't want to go over. I'm gonna stay safe with 1,000.
Okay.
1,406.
1,400 episodes. Plus 6.
Yeah, I was safe. I would have won. I would have been in it. I would have been spinning that wheel.
Not if I said 1,200.
No, you wouldn't have because
I knew the
you didn't
answer.
know that. You were gonna be like, oh, there must have been like 42 episodes of this
No, dude.
because it was on every night, man.
A lot of episodes.
Yeah, guess what? There are probably like 300 episodes of like Conan O'Brien in a year,
Yeah. Oh, I guess, yeah.
right? Conan the O'Brien.
Second on...
Do you think that joke was made before?
Maybe. Second incarnation of the show, it came back after it was... I'm starting at the end, where after it was taken off air. Back in 2013, it was on for like a year.
Yeah.
For another season. Late night talk show is what it is.
Sure thing.
He was the in-house comedian for Solid Gold, so he was a comedian beforehand. He was in Coming to America. He was growing big. He did 13-week stint as a host for The Late Show, taking over for Joan Rivers, early on. Yeah, I mean, he just, he had the dog pound. He was just, here's the thing. It was aimed at a younger, more urban group. Mm-hmm. Okay? So that's who it was geared towards. There's a little bit of controversy here and there. I'm not
I remember watching this show. My friends and I would watch this show. It was like
he was
Channel
funny.
11.
Yeah,
because it was a syndicated kind of show.
it was syndicated. Absolutely
It was
right.
on
Absolutely
the
right.
old WPIX here in New York.
He had a lot of gags, like how where did he live? He drove into work.
Yeah.
From a town, from like far away, so he'd be like, oh, he drove into work. He had a lot of like, whatchamacallit? A lot of little like he had that woof 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 woof, that thing with the dog pound, and like he had jokes where he would like pan to like the dog pound, but they would all be in the witness protection program, and faces would be all blurred out. You know what I mean? So he had a lot of like recurring things, and he was a comedian, so he had a lot of that stuff, a lot of gags like that.
What did you have to do to get into the dog pound? Was it a special section?
No.
Section.
It was like
of
a
the
special
audience?
section. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. I don't know. I don't know about all that.
Okay.
I had a thing that says, so he had that one segment, things that make you go remember that?
Okay.
CNC Music Factory made a song inspired by that running gag in '91.
Is that what the song?
Yeah.
The song was based off.
Based
of that?
on his running
I thought
gag.
if anything,
in the
it would have
show.
been the other way around.
No, it was from him.
Like if it was on today, if Arsenio Hall came back, it would be like, "Who let the dogs out?"
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
then it'd be,
Yeah.
Or was that song made off of his thing? As a riff
That
as
I
well?
don't know. That I don't know. But I do know that the CNC Music Factory one was. One last little tidbit. Bill Clinton was a guest as a presidential candidate.
Yes.
Remember, and he played the sax. Remember?
Yep,
Do you remember what he
fact.
played on there?
He played Over the Rainbow.
No, he didn't play Over the Rainbow. I'm trying to find what it was.
Things that make you go,
No. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it now. I forget what rendition he
That's
played.
okay.
He played something.
That's
but anyway.
totally fine.
But yeah, Bill Clinton was on there. That was a memorable guest. Tell me about Hill Street Blues.
NYPD Blue ran from '93 to 2005.
Okay.
A whopping
Sure, I guess.
12 seasons, 261 episodes.
Oh, it's not too
I thought that was a
shabs.
lot. I thought that was pretty.
It's not too shabs.
More. It was been on the air a lot longer than Arsenio.
Yeah, that's true.
But,
yeah.
but not.
Then again,
nearly
they
as
only
many
do
episodes.
20 episodes.
And that was all improv, and that wasn't like rehearsed or script or anything like
Arsenio.
that. Because who would do that? Who would make a show that's like, you know what I mean?
What do you mean, a talk show?
Yeah, like people talking and like not scripted, like that's just rambling and it's just nonsense.
Oh, you mean like this show?
Oh, you got it. You
Alright,
got
cool.
it. Dennis Franz played
Franz.
Andy Sipowicz.
Sipowicz.
Is it Franz?
I think it's Franz.
Dennis Franz?
Sipowicz.
Franz?
Sipowicz is his name, right?
Sipowicz.
I just remember hearing that.
Sipowicz.
He played Sipowicz.
Yep.
Yeah.
David Caruso, Jimmy Smits, Isai Morales. Let's talk
Dang,
about-
dude, they had
let's-
wow.
let's talk
these
about
are-
this.
Talk about 80 staples.
Talk about this for a second. Caprica was horrible. That was one of the worst things ever
not
made.
great.
Nerd mode on. Battlestar Galactica, fantastic show. The newer one, awesome. Caprica,
That was not good, man.
I couldn't even finish.
Yeah,
I couldn't
didn't
finish it
either. I didn't.
I
Finish
couldn't
it either.
finish it. Somebody I was watching with finished it. He said I think he skipped a bunch of episodes. He started to watch like a couple after me, stopped because we used to watch them together. He stopped,
Yeah,
and he's like, and I just skipped to the last episode and tells me what happens.
I can't do it.
And he skipped to the last episode and told me what happened because I was like, I can't even watch it.
No.
And it was absolutely preposterous. Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Mm-hmm.
Did
Zach
you know
Morris.
That? Did you know that he was in it?
No,
Yeah.
Well, what year is this
Come on.
again?
I'll get. Well,
Oh,
this is 93 to 05. But I'll get He started in like 01.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All
He
right.
was
So
on.
so
this. Yeah, I
here's the deal.
remember that, yeah.
It follows the 15th precinct in Manhattan. The drama.
Yeah.
People get knocked off. People get sick. People get.
Procedural, right? Essentially,
Yeah.
procedural.
The thing was,
This
it was a vehicle
CSI
for Dave.
before CSI.
It was a vehicle for David Caruso. He left after the first season.
Started.
So they
CSI
concentrated on an ensemble cast. Mm-hmm. And that's where it became like an ensemble
Miami.
piece.
And better, probably.
Probably a little bit better for it. The last 4 seasons focused on Sipowicz and his relationships. And, that's when Mark Paul Gosselaar came in.
Right. Yeah.
And it was more, what it was a lot of it was, especially in the second season, seasons 2 to 5 was Jimmy Smits was in it. And he was like a fan favorite. He was big and everything. And then they killed him off. So
okay.
David Caruso, his character was transferred after an issue. He eventually left the department altogether. Jimmy
He went to
Smits was
Miami,
actually
that's why.
killed.
He went to Miami.
Jimmy Smits was actually killed. He got married. And
After he got killed?
He had an enlarged heart and had a heart transplant and died.
Oh wow.
So they killed him off.
Sucks.
So David Caruso was originally with Dennis Franz. Jimmy Smits replaced Dennis Caruso. Rick Schroeder was on there as Danny Sorensen from season 6 to 8.
Right.
He has to leave the show. They wrote him out. In the beginning of season 9, they killed him off. They found his body in a rug. They killed him off.
You know where he went?
Mark Paul Gosselaar. He went to Going Bananas. He went to Saved by the Bell at Banana
He
Years.
went to 24.
So anyway, because I feel like this was interrupted a lot, David Caruso, Jimmy Smits, Rick Schroeder, Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Okay, now you said these names 700 times. Do you want to say them
These
one
are who
more?
we're working with.
Okay, but do you want to say more?
These are who we're working with.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm telling you.
Anything else
Dennis
about the
Franz,
show? Anything else about
David
the show?
Caruso, Jimmy Smits, Isai Morales.
All right.
Rick Schroeder. Not Ricky Schroeder. Remember? That was his big turning point. He's now Rick.
Right.
Mark Paul Gosselaar. Is it really Gosselaar?
Yeah, it's Gosselaar.
Doesn't seem right. Let's work with this, Chris. Let's work with this. Is this going to be a... And remember what you were talking about? Hey, I'm Dennis Farina. I'm going to show you how to beat Dennis Farina.
Yeah.
I called you out on it an episode or two ago. And I said, the guy from NYPD Blue, he wasn't from NYPD Blue. He was the guy who took over on Solved Mysteries from Robert Stack.
Which guy?
Dennis Farina. And Dennis Farina was in another show, another cop show. The guy with the mustache. He had
Yeah.
the mustache.
Yeah,
I mean, this
yeah.
guy has a mustache too, but this is Dennis Franz.
Yeah, he's bald, that guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, except for his lip.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not doing a talk show. We're not making it a talk show.
We're not. Oh.
No, let's do...
Arsenio Hall. Oh. Mark Paul Gosselaar gets whacked, and the last person left is Arsenio Hall. Arsenio Hall's show gets canceled. He becomes a cop in the 15th precinct in Manhattan. Where'd they tape this here Arsenio Hall show? Where was it recorded? In front of a live studio
I think
audience.
it was in Los Angeles. It was in L.A.
It was in L.A.?
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios.
Arsenio Hall Communications. That was his production company.
Okay, so he moves
in California.
Okay, but that's the thing is now he goes back home.
Well, hold on a second. So you're saying
It's the United States.
So you're saying we're taking Arsenio Hall
United States,
as
New
Arsenio
York,
Hall,
United States of New York.
right?
Happy Independence Day,
America.
Citizens of the
Listen,
US.
man.
What?
Man, America's not in a very good state right now. I don't think we should be.
We live in the United States.
We do live in the United States.
We fly the flag of the United States.
Do we? I guess we do.
So relax.
Here's the thing. I was going to try and work a talk show element into a procedural cop show. Like he helps him out or something, but you're saying just put him on there?
I'm saying he's people career moves. Listen, if I'm not mistaken...
Wait, does he become a cop or does he go into a cop show?
No.
See what I'm saying?
No. Here's the deal.
So we're making a fictional world where Arsenio Hall loses this show.
Yes.
And becomes a real cop.
Yes.
And that's what he goes to the 15th
But you've seen
precinct.
these deputies.
No, I get you.
That are like, what's the dude? Steven Seagal. It's like he's deputized or something like that, right? Isn't he? And he follows like cops around in like Miami or something goofy.
Yeah, something goofy like that.
So what do you think about that?
All right, sure. What do we call it? NYPD Hall. No, look. It's NYPD Blue.
What if
it's NYPD Blue?
It's still NYPD Blue?
Yeah, it's just got him
Blue,
on it.
Season 13?
Yeah.
I was gonna say we should have it like New York Police Department. Obviously, it's basically New York Police Department Blue.
Yeah,
that's the show's name.
Yeah.
We're not gonna. That's just stupid, right? So what if it was like New York Dog Pound Blue? NYDP.
NYDP Blue. Bring it down.
You like that?
I'm just doing it.
That's it. So now they call it the Dog Pound because Arsenio Hall's there, and that's the nickname for the 15th precinct. They're like, what is this? Some kind of dog pound?
With the dog pound, woo! Like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
He comes in
the
and
9-9, yeah, and he gets everyone to do that dumb.
So okay.
NYDP Blue.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
I'm absolutely
fine with that. Yep.
See that was playing with it, but doing something a little bit different.
All right.
It wasn't like saying like NYPD Hall.
We took a procedural and a talk show. What are you gonna do, guys? I mean, we could went wacky with it, but we don't normally do wacky. in that situation. All right, so that was your TV section. I hope you enjoyed it because Kenny and I are just ecstatic over what we came up with, as you can tell.
And cartoons are coming up next. That's my favorite.
Oh, it's
your
absolute
favorite, too.
Oh, well, I'm excited about the cartoons. I don't know about you. You know what? I feel like I'm usually always excited about the cartoon section. One reason I'll tell you is because he hates it, which is hilarious to me. Yeah. And also sometimes I like the titles I'm getting.
Sometimes I don't like.
So having said all that, stay tuned. Here it comes.
Skip this section. Go straight to GameSquat.
Turn it off.
Hey there. Thanks for sticking around for the ToonSquat section.
ToonSquat is what it's called. ToonSquat. ToonSquat. It's like a wainscot. You know what a wainscot is?
I was just thinking about that today.
Wait, is that? No, that's an ascot. Wainscot, is that wainscoting?
Yeah, like on the house. All that stuff.
Well, welcome to Home Improvement with Chris and Ken.
Yeah, we'll show you how
we'll be your hosts today.
We'll show you how to install your television so you can get Saturday morning cartoons, which don't exist anymore, but they do for us in the 80s. I have one, he has one. He doesn't know what I have, I don't know what he has. We're going to smush them together, but not before we talk about them. 80s shared universe. We're making it here.
Making it happen.
We're merging everything with everything.
We're making it happen. We're making
Voltron
it here.
with Camp Candy. It's going to happen one day.
We hope so.
We're going to cross paths. It's all going to happen.
You would hope so. I would hope so.
Yeah. So
you know what? I do hope so.
He does hope so.
Ken, I want you to tell me what you have because you have the Care Bears. Yeah. Oh my God.
Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Okay.
Right on.
All right. I loved Care Bears. I really did. I loved Care Bears.
I did. You know what? It's
you?
kind of crazy because, yeah.
You did.
I was like 9 years old when they came out, I guess.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, I was a little bit older, but everybody loved Care Bears. They would
9 years
everybody
old,
was nuts for Care Bears. But they weren't just, it wasn't just for, like, girls.
No.
It was for dudes. Everybody liked it.
Care Bears the movie?
I saw the movie in the theater.
Did you really?
I did.
Did you like the first one or the second one better? With Dark
Never saw the second one.
I liked the second one with Dark Heart.
I was out of it by then,
They were at the
I moved
camp.
on. I was
So I was a
90s X-Men cartoon by then.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Well, I had younger sister and younger cousins, female cousins who loved them. Anyway,
it's gonna be full of talking animals. One thing I can't stand is talking animals, man. It's like every kids show, everything. There's always like even if there are kids in it, there's always a talking animal.
What are you gonna do, man? Like that's the thing.
Care Bears. Speaking of talking animals, Care Bears. It's a Deke cartoon. Originally, they were like Strawberry Shortcake the year before. They were invented for Hallmark cards. Hallmark or American Greeting.
American Greetings.
Yeah, American Greetings.
Yeah.
They were made for. So basically.
Oh, I know that. Stupid.
Greeting cards.
Yeah. No, cool.
It's absolutely crazy. And
That's so cool.
It followed into a toy. Right line. They had little Care Bear action figures that had little swirls on their heads,
and their little arms just all they did was move up. Their legs didn't move.
Yep, just the arms moved up and down.
And they were just like little chubby.
I want to say their legs did move.
Maybe their legs did move. They
moved like on a weird angle, so you couldn't move them and then stand them up.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they were textured like fur.
Yeah.
I love my
But then
my cousin
had
and they had the cloud car. Remember the cloud car?
They actually had dolls too. Like for people who wanted stuffed animals.
Oh, stuffed animals. Yeah, they had stuffed animals.
So
absolutely.
Here we go.
Tell me, where do they live, Kenny?
They live in the clouds in Care-a-Lot. They live in Care-a-Lot. He loves it.
I don't care.
That's all right. It's wake up.
I'm a 39-year-old man and I don't care. I love Care Bears.
He loves Care Bears. They're part of the kingdom of caring.
Absolutely
It's
true.
basically like Long Island is part of New York. Care-a-Lot's part of the kingdom of caring.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
A little bit like that. Okay?
I agree.
So hold on. We need to speak in a softer voice. Listen up. I'm going to tell you a couple things. Professor Coldheart tries to thwart their plans all the time. They just go around the world spreading care. They love it. Missions in caring, they call it. They go around the world. I'm going to tell you a couple things about this show.
What year did the cartoon come out?
85 to 86. It was syndicated, Chris. There were 4 seasons.
Disney Channel, though?
4 seasons and 60 episodes. Not Disney Channel, syndicated.
No, but not really?
It wasn't Disney Channel.
Because this was syndicated, but it was Disney Channel first, and then it was syndicated.
No. They actually had this show syndicated, and then I believe But then it went to ABC as a different series. There were multiple Care Bear series.
Okay. Well, we're not talking about those.
Yeah, we're not talking about any of the ones except the Deke.
Deke.
Deasy. Right? Like Inspector Gadget was Deke, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Billy May Richards, who played Tenderheart Bear. All right? You might also know her voice as the voice of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in the annual Christmas classic.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about Bob Dermer, who plays Grumpy Bear. Bob Dermer plays Ralph Raccoon in the Raccoons. Remember the Raccoons?
Oh, yeah, we had that with the Ghostbusters. Yep. The real Ghostbusters. Sorry.
The real Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I got to tell you something. About this goofy show. I got to tell you something real quick. There was a TV show, TV live appearances. Nope, guess I'm not finding that because I don't feel like looking for it. Anyway, he was also a puppet named Sam Crenshaw in the TV show Today's Special. Do you remember Today's Special with the magician?
Yes, I do.
The mannequin who came to life?
The mannequin with the hat. Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep. And I could never remember the name of that show.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm reading about it because I'm like, Bob Dermer was in Today's Special. I'm like, why does that sound so familiar? And I check it out, and I'm like, oh my goodness!
And had the escalator, and he was the puppet guy. Yeah,
it was a TV show. Canada. All this was Canada. All of it. The Raccoons was Canada.
Nickelodeon had a lot.
Today's Special was Canada. Care Bears was Canada. A lot of Canadian actresses and actors, voice work did on this thing. So, Today's Special was about like a mannequin that would come to life after the store closed, and he would like go around the store and go on adventures. And escalator. He couldn't leave the store. He'd become a mannequin forever.
Right.
So, but if he stayed in the store,
it was like checkered. He wore a checkered hat and a checkered vest and like.
So it was a thing. It was a thing. Anyway, Care Bear Cousins. There were some of them on there.
I love Care Bear. I was going to ask you about them.
So they had Cousins. They had animal friends and stuff. It wasn't just the bears, and they'd go on adventures together.
Lionheart.
So it was kind of cool. Lionheart. Yeah, Lionheart was one of them.
I loved him.
Tenderheart was my jam. He was my boy.
He was the brown one, right? The original. Sorry, I was very dry.
Me too. I wait.
Okay, I couldn't. I had to keep talking. All right, so let me tell you a little about Chippendale's Rescue Rangers. Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Chippendale are two chipmunks who started a detective agency, Rescue Rangers, along with their friends Gadget, Monterey Jack, and Zipper. The pint-sized detectives deal with crimes that are often too small for the real police. All right? And they usually had animal clients. The gang frequently found themselves going up against two particular arch-villains. One was Mafia-style Tabby Cat, Fat Cat. Oh. Remember Fat Cat?
Go to Wikipedia.com and read along. And
mad scientist Norton Nimnol. Honestly, Kenny, it's the only thing that's on here. These are all episodes, and then the people who were in the show. That's it. That's all you get.
I have a picture from when I went to Disney World when I was a kid. I was probably maybe like 7 or 8 years old, and it's Chip and Dale and my sisters and me. And
the big one in costumes.
The big ones in costumes.
Those weren't
the real ones.
Those are not.
The real ones. This is what my sister's like this. My other sister's like this. I'm like this. Because just before the picture was taken, Chip puts his arm around me and like tries to pull me in, but his stupid fuzzy paw hit me in the eye, rubbed me right in the eye, and I'm like, oh, you ever like rub your eye on like a shag carpet? It got me in the eye. I was like, oh my gosh. And they took the picture. And it's not like you can review the pictures now and be like, hold on. Chip, Dale, we need another shot because it didn't come out good.
I can't.
You don't see it till it's developed. And you're whining. You do that. That's me in the picture. And I'm wearing a winter coat. It's Florida. It's Orlando.
Sorry. I'm sorry, but what is wrong with you? Why are you wearing a winter coat?
That's what happened. I don't know. I guess it was like 76 degrees. It's a couple notches below 78. It was winter weather.
Oh my God.
That's what happened.
Oh.
Anyway, I hate Chip and I owe revenge. If you go to Disney World, poke him in the eye.
Anyway.
Poke him in the eye.
Yeah, man. They did rescues. What do you want? They had friends and they you know.
All right, so they do rescues. Man, this is gonna be boring, Chris.
All I'm saying,
Care Rangers.
All I'm saying, hold on. All I'm saying,
Rescue Bears.
This is the plot.
This is all you, man. I'm just
one of the Care Bears. Take your pick. Gets stranded.
Yep.
And the Rescue Rangers.
Yep.
Find him and help him.
Yep.
But before he goes back, so basically it's Chippendale Rescue Rangers with like one Care Bear.
All right.
What were you gonna say?
I wasn't going to say anything because I got nothing.
You didn't have anything.
I was hoping you had something cool.
What's cooler than that?
Like the Mr. T cartoon.
What do we do for that?
It was gymnastics. Remember, it was like he was their gymnastics.
Well, this
coach.
is not gymnastics. This is a detective agency.
I know.
And
it's so boring.
and bears and animals that
Live in the
can
clouds.
shoot out of their.
And I used to like
Love
like
it,
be
love
outside,
it,
like you have to
man.
ride on bikes and like put your bicycle down and you look up in the clouds and I'm just like saying to my friend, I'm like, I see the Care Bears up there. And he's like this. Where? And I'm like, right up there on that cloud that looks like the corner of a jigsaw puzzle. You know, like, what is that? What is that? You know what I mean?
Oh my God,
So-
we're getting a lot of Kenny's. We're getting a lot of Kenny's.
And I convinced him. I'm like, there they are, just running around. He's like, yeah. He goes, yeah, I see them. And I'm sitting there going, he sees them? Is he looking at the same one as me?
He did a double bluff
It was
on
like
you.
a double bluff.
He did a double bluff on
So
you.
now I'm sitting there going, yeah.
And he's like, I got
And now
him.
I'm like, yeah, I got him. I see him. And I'm sitting there thinking I missed it. Like when you go whale watching. When I went whale watching in like 5th grade.
You said you saw him, but you didn't.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm sitting there and they're like, look, dolphins. And you turn your head and they're not there anymore. Oh, you just missed them. Kind of like that. It's like, man, I wanted to see the dolphins. Why was I looking off this side? Like I'm whale watching. We didn't see any whales. But everybody else saw dolphins except for me. I was hiking in the woods one time. They said, look, there's a moose. Where? Nope, didn't see it. Everybody else saw the moose. I didn't see the moose.
I can't stop. I can't. That's way more entertaining.
Always
than
looking in the
anything
wrong
we're
direction.
Talking about
I've
right now.
yet to see a dolphin in my life. I've yet to see one.
I swam with them, dude.
Like the team?
Yes, I swam with
They're
the
from-
Miami Dolphins. Dan Marino just popped. Yeah, he put me on his shoulders and we played. We played
At the Dan Marina?
at the Dan Marino.
You
Yeah.
swam with the dolphins at the Dan Marina?
You know when you sit someone on your shoulders and you play that fight game where you have to
Chicken.
knock a chicken, I guess, where you knock each other over.
Yeah.
I never
it was a
called
good time.
it chicken, I don't know.
Oh, we diverted.
Anyway,
I'm sorry. This
look.
turned into Story Squat.
So that's what you get. You get a Care Bear in Chippendales, and they help him out. Or you know what, man? I just want to just make them just all. It starts with one. They get him home,
Every episode's another Care
and
Bear.
they just exactly.
They
And
collect
then
Care Bears. They capture them.
Season 2,
They
Chippendale
rescue them
go
and
up.
they say, come on, you're going to fall out of the
Yeah,
sky.
it's fine. It's fine.
Come to
I don't
the
know what to
Chandler
tell you. I'm
Forest.
sorry.
Where do they
guys.
live? Where do they
We're
live?
so sorry. This is whatever, man.
This is the most boring
Just
thing in
care
the
a
world.
lot, but Care Bears are awesome. Chippendale was good too, though. Wasn't my favorite. I like Tailspin better, and of course. Oh, and by the way, that's why I was like, this is great. I'm like, I'm wearing this tonight. So you guys, Chippendales Disney's good. Oh, by the way, I didn't even tell you, man. This was 3 seasons, 65 episodes, 88 to 89, and then like 90. It was syndicated. It was on. All right, so it was on Disney Channel in 89, and then 89 to 90 was syndicated. There you go.
That's it.
Chippendales Rescue Rangers. Oh, what are we calling it? Oh my gosh, we almost left with that. Any ideas, anyone?
We're going to call it...
Chippendales Rescue Care Bears. Chippendale plus Care Bear. Care Bears. God. Plus Care Bears equals.
How about Karen Bear Rescue Rangers?
Okay.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it. Stop.
What do you mean? You said it.
I can't go with that.
Karen Bear Rescue. I say Chippendale plus Care Bears equal love. Equal fun. Equal happiness.
How about...
Contra shirt.
Chippin'
Bears.
Yeah, my Contra shirt's better than his duck shirt.
What? You don't like Scrooge McDuck? Get out of here. Get out of here right now.
Chippin' Bears. Oh,
You gotta have Dale in there. That's a problem.
I
think you
know,
need to have
but I was gonna
Chippendale
say, like-
Rescue Bears. That's what I said. Chippendale.
a Care Bear... a Rescue Ranger in Care-a-Lot. Rescue Rangers in Care-a-Lot.
Sounds good to me.
Rescue Rangers in the Kingdom of Caring.
Nope, getting too much.
Chip and Dale. Care-a-Lot. I triggered something. I triggered his pituitary gland.
Perennial.
What was that?
No, perennial.
no,
It was
pineal.
pineal.
The pineal gland.
That's so gross to me. It still sounds. It's
It's just like this.
get out of here now. I like that. What'd you say? Chippendale Care-a-Lot.
From Beyond. There was a horror movie called From Beyond.
No. Don't. Please. We need to
And
finish
it
the
had the
section.
pineal gland.
Go back and listen to
The
that
little
episode. I
dude
don't
was
know.
like...
That was a Halloween episode? No, that wasn't a Halloween.
No, I think it was.
Care-a-Lot is it care? Is it one word or hyphened?
Care-a-Lot. Hyphens.
So Chip and Dale care a lot.
Chip and Dale.
I think I like that.
Chip and Dale care.
It's
care
apostrophe.
dash lowercase a dash capital L.
You know Chip and Dale's apostrophe N, right?
Yeah, Chip and
Dale care a lot. No, I'm good with that. Okay.
Oh, right on. Oh,
Thank you. All right,
finally.
we did it.
We're
Okay.
moving on to the games. Video games coming
like
up
this.
next.
Coming up
Don't move. We'll be right back.
You're finding yourself in GameSquat as we are, where we're going to get a couple of games. We're going to talk about them. We don't know what each other has. But when all's said and done, Kenny, we're going to make a brand new game.
We're gonna
A
make
game
something
that has
cool.
never existed before.
And we hope somebody
In
actually
the
makes it.
ether of time. Well, we're waiting for people to do that.
That's the way it's gonna work.
So, what do you say I show you what I got?
Let's hear about it.
Okay.
Pro Moves Soccer. Boring and should have been taken out of the mix.
He's got Samurai Shodown 2. Ooh, all right.
For the Neo Geo.
Nagio. Cool, man. That's cool. All right. So
Tell me about your stupid soccer game.
Pro Move Soccer, what do you want to know, man? It was it was developed by BG Development and Zat Productions.
Yeah, where are they now?
Published
Defunct?
by ASCII. Yeah, of course they are. They're 1993 for Genesis.
Why on earth would you make a soccer game when there's already
This was a
26 other
series,
soccer
but this
games?
was a series, the Pro Moves series. They had I think they had basketball and all this other stuff. It's got a 3 out of 5. GamePro gave it 3 out of 5.
Chris, soccer in real
the
life
day.
bores me. Soccer on television bores me.
Can I
I
give
don't
you-
want to play a soccer video game.
Can I give you an aside real quick? A little quick
Just
aside.
give me an aside because you're boring the heck out of
So
me.
this past weekend, my son had his last soccer game, and
Oh,
it was
sorry.
Father's Day, and not this weekend, past weekend.
This is the 30-something of sports.
Anyway, on Father's Day, we had passed. My son had his last soccer game, and what happened was we got back, and he was playing it on his tablet. He got FIFA 18 on his tablet, which is a crappy version of it.
So
I'm like, let me download it on Xbox. I'm like, do you want to play this game? Let me see if you like it. Now, these games, I haven't played sports games since, I think, Madden 97, because it's just, I can't. It's too much. So we download the demo, and we're playing it. We have no idea what's happening. I mean, I guess it would have helped if we knew.
Kick the ball. Kick the ball.
But
Kick
dude,
the ball.
it's just,
Start
it's
kicking the
so
ball the other way.
much. There's so much to do. The controls are so in depth. I'm like, I can't. Just give me a kick and a pass button. That's it. This game is very simple. This game has a kick and a pass button, and yeah, man, look, you could. It's international level soccer matchups. You can make the game length anything you want.
Yeah.
You can make your own team, but it had a really long password or whatever, right? It had an announcer, but it only used brief words or phrases like kickoff and yellow card, and
Gotcha.
that's all it had. And it had weather conditions and injuries could occur, and if you didn't replace your players, if they got injured, then they wouldn't be able to play for the rest of the game. Pro Move Soccer, man. Soccer game.
Samurai Shodown 2 was for the Neo Geo. It was in the arcade and it was at home.
Give it to me. Give it to me entirely. I love it.
They took Samurai Shodown, which was a great game, and built it again from the ground up. Mm-hmm. They took all the characters are back except for the end boss. All right, Amakusa did not come back, and Tam did not come back.
Oh,
Everybody else did. However, Tam kind of comes back. So let me tell you, they built the game again from the ground up. Mm-hmm. That's the cool thing about it. A lot
Samurai Shodown. If someone doesn't know, what is it?
It was a good game. It was Samurai. There was a guy. There was a referee in the background. It was a one-on-one fighting game.
Thank you. Yeah.
It perfected art of fighting style where it would kind of, if you got close, the camera would zoom in on you, right?
And when you backed
and if you
off from
backed
each
away,
other,
the camera would zoom out.
We just assumed everybody knew what Samurai Shodown.
No. Swords, weapons, nunchucks. One guy had a dog. Remember Hanzo? I think it was had a dog. Was it
His
Hanzo?
name, I was trying to remember his name. Yeah, and he'd be like, "Go!" and the thing would
the
attack.
dog.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I love that.
This Samurai Shodown was fantastic.
We finally got a fighting game. Guess what we're doing, Kenny? Oh no.
We can actually play.
Yeah,
a
we're
fighting game.
gonna have to play it soon.
Yeah. Well, Samurai Shodown 2. Oh gosh, good stuff. Man.
What year?
1994. 94. So all the characters came back, plus they came out with a bunch of other characters. I think they joined 6 new characters came back into the game.
Oh.
6. So that's not so bad.
Well, you said 6 new characters came back, but
Same came into the game. Everybody else from the original game came back.
So plus 6.
So you have Cham, who is Tam's younger sister.
Okay.
Tam was one of the warriors from the first game. he there was an issue about failing to protect sacred stones from Mizuki, who's the bad girl, bad lady in this game, and he got turned into a monkey. So now Cham Cham is in the game with him as a monkey.
Oh.
So that's the way that works. So technically Tam Tam's in the game as Cham Cham.
Yeah.
Anyway, just wanted to tell you about that.
Yeah, he got turned into a monkey.
No. Tam Tam is in the game as Paku Paku.
The monkey that
Cham Cham's the sister.
Yes.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, Tam Tam turned into his pet monkey.
However, the same year, 1994, Darkstalkers came out from Capcom. Mm-hmm. Darkstalkers had a character named Felicia, who was a cat girl. Mm-hmm. Cham Cham is a cat girl.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy that these two companies come out with a cat girl in the same...
Not really, it's Capcom. They're
I know,
Japanese, and they
but
like making cat people.
But that's the thing, is Samurai Shodown was developed by SNK and Capcom developers. Like, a lot of Capcom developers left from Street Fighter 2, went to SNK. SNK was known for fighting games.
Right.
Like, Neo Geo became the place for fighting
yeah.
games, and then King of Fighters started coming out, and it was like all their characters in one. They kind of did what we do.
Yeah.
They merged them. They made a shared universe of
fighters,
fighting games.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff.
Anyway, Mizuki Rashojin was a vengeful spirit who wants to destroy the world. That's who you're fighting in this game.
Right.
All right. Unlike Samurai Shodown, which came out on
Arcade.
the 16-bit games at the time.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about the Sega Genesis, and I'm going to talk about the Super NES. The Super NES was zoomed out.
Yeah.
So Art of Fighting on Super NES, I remember, would zoom in, zoom out. Mm-hmm. It didn't do that on the Sega Genesis. It was only regular.
Right.
Okay. The Super NES would zoom in, which was a lot like the Neo Geo game. And all the Neo Geo games were developed by Takara.
Okay.
And put out by Takara also. Much like all the Transformers are Takara, not Hasbro. They're Takara over in Japan. So it's kind of interesting that respect. Sega Genesis version was always zoomed in. Super NES version was zoomed out, so you could fight, and you had the full stages, just like the Neo Geo version.
Yeah.
It just didn't zoom in when you got closer. So, but the gameplay was still there. It just didn't zoom in. The Genesis version was always zoomed in, so the arenas were always cramped. The stages were always cramped.
That's annoying.
You couldn't get that. You couldn't get far away.
Yeah.
You had to stay.
That's not fun.
And get as far.
That's
kind of like Street Fighter. That was the way it was. But Samurai Shodown. So it had the referee who would put up the flags, depending on who got a hit.
Yeah.
And everything. Like, you got a strike, you hit the guy with a sword, blah, blah, blah. They would break. You get tossed another weapon in the game. There was a guy, Hikyaku, I guess, who runs by in the back and tosses items like chickens and health and like weapons, like things like that you can actually get in the game and use, which was kind of unique and cool. The game was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Haomaru, the guy with the sword and the hair.
Yeah.
That guy was,
he was basically like the Ken or the or the Ryu of
Samurai Shodown.
Yeah.
So he was the face of the game.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Totally cool game. Yeah. So for the first Neo Geo game, I think we have a hit here.
Yeah. This is our first Neo Geo, really?
I believe this is the first time we got a Neo Geo title.
That's crazy. And I ruined it.
You've ruined it with stupid Pro Moves Soccer. Smack him right now.
Well, hold on. Pro Moves. What are you doing when you're fighting? You got some pro moves there.
See, what do you want to do? You want to
Shaolin Soccer. Remember that movie? That's a thing that exists. Shaolin Soccer. Why don't we you're not going to like it.
I'm not going to like it.
There's a mode. We can make it like, okay. You make Samurai Shodown Soccer. And I
have two ideas. Do you want to finish, or do you want me to say them?
Go ahead, say.
He holds up cards, or he holds up flags, the red flag and the white flag. Yeah. Who gets a hit? How about he holds up a yellow card, and that's what we take from the soccer. There's that. There's also, I forgot what the other one was. Oh, bonus rounds. Like Street Fighter 2 had the bonus round,
right,
where you would beat up the car,
right,
where you hit the barrels,
right.
How about this one? It's just kick a soccer ball. That's what we do.
Well, that's what I was going to say, but but our goal is to make a whole new game. But here's the thing. So, you play Rayman Legends at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the soccer part where you can play soccer with each other? So two players, actually up to like 4 players, can play soccer, and it's a really just one stage. You have to kick the ball into this one or that goal. Okay. And I'm thinking maybe it could be something like that. But you get to use your fighting moves. Like, you can use weapons, whatever and you can power up the ball by hitting it with your weapon, and it goes on fire and has
here's
you know what I'm
thing.
saying? Like, make it just and the ball can bounce around and
they had games like Final Fight where it was a fighting game, but you were going through the stages and you were fighting multiple people. You get to the boss, you're fighting them. There's a plane that you can go up and down on and all that stuff. It wasn't so much like, I mean, Fatal Fury did bring that in there where they had the couple planes where you could go and fight on before they got to the stupid, all the 3D fighting games. What if it was if it was instead of the big field where I'm gonna use the analogy of, or the metaphor of the fighting game of Final Fight is the field, the soccer field.
Okay.
Let's narrow it down. What's exciting about soccer? Nothing. Spoiler alert, nothing. What if it was the one-on-one where you have the shoot-off, right? Do they ever do that?
Yeah,
where you have one person goes and kicks the ball.
The goalie,
That's the one-on-one version of soccer.
Yeah.
So you have the full fighting, like Final Fight, in the soccer field, but no, we're going to break it down. Now there's only two opponents. There's the goalie
and
there's the kicker.
Yeah.
And you have crazy moves, you have all that stuff. So does the defender, the other guy.
Okay.
So we could break it down that way. What do you say?
Is it now? But okay, so that's the full game. Or
well,
we're
that's
doing
the full game. It's a one-on-one soccer game.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's basically what I was saying.
But it's all about the shootout. It's all about
okay.
that shootout, and it's always about the ball. So whether or not
you don't want to have two goals on one on either end of the screen, and each player has to get the ball to that side.
Okay.
We can also have a mode with the shootout.
Okay, let's do that.
Do both. You
it's
can
a
have
different
both.
different style. There's your goal here, and it's one person and one person.
And you have to move around the board and kick the ball. And like I said, you can power up. You can use your weapons.
But you can use weapons and you can use power moves. Yes, and you can.
And then it goes into you can get that sudden death or that one-on-one mode
when you hit the
where
ball.
The
it's a little bit
changes.
It's a little bit like dodgeball, super dodgeball. Remember super dodgeball?
Hell yeah, I remember that.
Where you can just whale that ball and you can do all kinds
when
of
are
real
we playing
fun
that,
things.
Kenny?
Gosh, that game was so good. Super dodgeball was also on Neo Geo.
Oh yeah, we should play Neo Geo first. Probably better than the one that's on Nintendo.
Gosh. But then the NES version is really good.
It's so good. I know.
So we're gonna build our own game. So there's gonna be a goal here. There's gonna be a goal here. There's gonna be a person here, a person here. And the thing is, you have to hit the ball, but
the ball, the goal doesn't have to be on the ground. It could be up like halfway up the screen or something, and they have to get it in. So you have to do moves to get it in.
If you beat the person,
it bounces.
The more you beat the person and
the more you score,
hit the person.
Or you can hit them with the ball. Is what you're saying?
Well, no, but I'm saying is
so you can fight.
I'm saying you need to get the ball in the net. That's a point.
Right.
That's the end of the round.
Right.
All right. But you can't just go up and hit the ball and get it into the net. Right? Like that's...
Well, that's why the net won't be on the ground. The net won't be on the ground. It'll be up. So you have to hit it so it bounces. It can bounce off this. It can...
So it's kind of a little bit like knock hockey where it goes all over the place.
Right.
The ball goes all over the place.
But you could also fight each other in the midst.
So is the net like moving?
I mean, I don't think the net has to move, but I think it should be up elevated where it's not... Where you would need to either... bounce it up in the air and then hit it in, or bounce it off of the wall or the ground or the other player. You know what I mean?
One of the things about soccer is I think 98% of the games end with a score of 1-0.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not easy to get it. Like it's like, oh, they're hanging over here with the ball. Okay, oh, they're going back that way. It's like,
well, the problem with soccer for me is that it's so the field is so big. There's so many people.
Field.
My son plays with 4 players on his team on the field at once. 4 players, and they just do. Yes, I get it. It's not legit soccer, but he's young, and it's either 3 offense and 1 defense, and the goal is literally the size of the kids. They're just little. They don't have goalies per se, so I get it. That's where I'm coming from. But in real soccer, I get it. It's a huge sport. Football, it's a huge sport, but
But when you don't open your eyes to that, there are other sports out there. Of course, that's why it's a huge sport. You know what I mean? Like there are plenty of other sports.
You know what sport I like? Video games.
Aside from Japan, who embraced baseball, no other country says there's another sport out there. They're just nope. It's just soccer.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just football.
Yeah. Well, no, you got Australia has rugby and football. No,
Australian rules football. They have Australian rules football.
That and then
they invented their own version of it. They're like, wait, nope. And they made their own, which isn't rugby. It's a different game.
It's true. They, I mean, I like basketball growing up and football growing up, but I just can't now, man. I just can't. I can't do it. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. Call me a nerd or whatever, but If you're watching this, you are too, I guess. But the thing is, and you
we
can
just
like
lost the
sports,
whole
but
world.
I just can't, man. I can't. You want to rank the sports real quick?
I'm gonna tell you.
No, don't. We're not
One
doing that.
game that came out on the Xbox recently is Baseball Stars Professional.
Wait, what?
I told you this. We talked about this like an episode
Did
or
we
two
really?
ago. Yes. Baseball Stars came out for the Neo Geo on the Xbox.
Oh, because Neo Geo's been putting up,
Yeah, they've been putting
a
up
lot
like
of
2
stuff.
games a week or something. And I've been
yeah.
waiting for it to come out. And as
Did
soon
you
as
get
I saw
it?
it, I bought it. Yeah,
Did
man.
you play it?
It's so good.
Is it good?
It's so good. A lot of the times when you play like current baseball games or even other baseball games,
Yeah, it's not
you
good.
can't catch the ball, and then you just see them running the bases. It's like, dude, you got a single, and you
ran
the bases.
Yeah, and you got to
Because it's so difficult and it's such a learning curve. Baseball Stars, the ball's going up, you can just move the character there. It was the same on the NES.
Yeah.
Even though it was a completely different game.
Yeah.
It was still Baseball Stars, but they had the controls down, man.
Yeah.
Where the ball would go up and you would always able to
Get-
position your fielder there to catch the ball
Yeah.
if it was legit. Like sometimes, yeah, it would go in the gap and go between. You wouldn't catch it. Sometimes
Yeah.
you'd have to slide and try to get it. But dude, it's intuitive. That's the
cool.
thing
How
about
much
the
is it
game.
on How much is it?
It was like $6-7.
Really? I gotta look
Yes,
into that.
it's so
I
good.
I gotta. I
You can
might have to get
probably, I guarantee you can play online or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but
gonna
it's
check it
such
out.
it's such a good game.
Anyway, so back to this game. So Samurai Showdown Soccer.
Uh,
Samurai Shocker. Showdown. How about just Showdown Soccer?
no, we need Samurai Showdown is the
Is the meat and potatoes. I get it,
Yes.
but
Samurai Soccer Showdown.
oh, I like that.
Okay.
I'm writing
God,
Samurai Soccer.
I hate. I'm so sorry, Samurai Showdown. Samurai Showdown is such a good game.
So what are we calling
This game never came out on the other systems. Aside from like PlayStation 2 and stuff where it started to come out, like a lot of the old Neo Geo games started to come out, this didn't come home. This wasn't on the Super NES or the
point.
Genesis.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
All right, let's do it.
Samurai
Let's Samurai Soccer Showdown. I really like that. To be honest
Okay.
with you, I'm not gonna lie.
Showdown. Let me ask you a question. What was Pro?
Move Soccer.
Oh my gosh.
Let's move on to the last. Let's go through them. Let's go through them, guys.
Let's go through them. Prom Night and the Lost Boys back in Movie Squad.
Way back about 17 hours ago,
Yep.
we created the Lost Girl. I like it. It's Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Gertz. I was gonna say, from Prom Night moves to
Jamie
Santa
Lee Curtis.
Carla, where all the vampires are, and she.
That's it.
Yeah. Next, Tube Squat. We had the Arsenio Hall show and NYPD Blue. Sorry, everyone else. It's
Yeah. Arsenio joins the NY.
joins the force, guys.
He joins the 15th precinct.
What do you want? You
They
know?
call it the Dog Pound. NYDP Blue.
And it's DP apostrophe, period, like NYD dot P dot.
Yeah. Well, NYPD, they didn't really do that.
That's what I'm saying. But are we going to do it here though?
No. You don't have to do that. Just NY.
NYPD. ToonSquat cartoons. We had Chippendales Rescue Rangers and Care Bears.
Certainly did.
Certainly did. We created Chippendale Care a lot.
Gosh, talking animals.
Oh, those are two good cartoons. I prefer Care Bears.
Game
better.
Squad half redeemed it with the talking animals with Samurai Showdown 2 and Pro Move Soccer.
Yeah.
Soccer Showdown.
Samurai Shop.
Say it 3 times
Samurai
fast. Say
Soccer
it 3
Showdown. Samurai Soccer 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 Showdown.
Stop. Samurai Soccer Showdown. Samurai Soccer Showdown. Samurai Soccer Showdown. Samurai Soccer Showdown. Samurai Soccer Showdown.
Oh, good.
How am I doing it?
That's good. I don't know. I think when you get in it, you just keep doing it.
Samurai Soccer Showdown. Say it one more time.
Samurai Soccer Showdown. Dang, son. It's a good way to end the show. We did it.
That was it.
That's good.
That was it.
All right. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Classic Blend.
Watch the final episode on YouTube, airing on July 4th, 2018. Your Independence Day or somebody else's.
That's true.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
But either way, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being in the stream.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving suggestions. And check us. Can you do us a favor? Tell someone about the show. Tell them that we stream it live on Monday nights. Tell them that we're on YouTube. You can tell them we're on iTunes. You can tell them all these things.
Tell them we're on the Twitch.
We're on the Twitch.
Check out our Instagram.
Anything like that. RetroSquat.com has all the places where you can get all this stuff. Just get it on YouTube. We're streaming on YouTube now. So hooray, I guess.
That's all there is to it. Production values are going up, so you're gonna want to check out the edited video.
The full version of it. Yeah.
Full video.
Not full. This is the full video, I guess.
Yeah, but
You wanted the edited version. If
edited
you're watching
version.
this edited version,
yeah.
good for you.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, and
as we say at the end of every episode of Classic Blend,
did you squat today? No.
I mean, yeah.
You did. I did.
I mean, yeah, but yeah. All right. Okay.
All right.